And I am here with Kennesaw State point guard Terrell Burden. My name is Stephen Bagell. I am host of the Bird Rates podcast and the One and Done College Basketball podcast. And Terrell, this is, my favorite time of the year. Given I'm a host of both an NBA and a college basketball podcast, the NBA draft is sort of where my, two worlds collide a little bit in terms of watching guys graduate
Yes, sir.
from one league to the other. First of all, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I can't complain. I can't complain. I feel good. Everything else is going good, so I have no complaints at all.
Awesome. So let's get into the interview essentially. You were at the G League elite camp for the pre-draft process. How do you compare the competition against the guys you played against there compared to, the competition you played against in the ASUN at Kennesaw State?
It's definitely pretty equal. I feel like on every stage you have people that can play and show that they can prove themselves. It just felt good to be around other people and prove that I can compete with people that are, I guess, essentially a higher caliber. So it was pretty good. The competition was a little bit better for sure because everybody around the board was equally able to do everything. So it was definitely a little bit better, but it's still basketball, just basketball in my opinion. So it was good on both ends at my option or opinion.
So then let's talk a little bit more about your time at Kennesaw State. My first question is, given how prevalent the transfer portal is today, why did you do, the whole 5 years at Kennesaw State when, Coach Abdul Rahim obviously left to go to South Florida?
hmm
Obviously, I know for one example, Chris Youngblood left and won American Athletic Conference Player of the Year by following
hmm
him. So what made you want to stay at Kennesaw State and, see everything through with them?
It was a couple reasons. First of all, I love I'm family oriented, so being that I grew up in the Cobb area and things of that nature, I was still close to home, and I wanted my family to be able to see me play in front of them one more time because I never knew what's the next option or what life looks like next. So that was one, and then number two is that being that some of the good guys or some of our better players left, like Chris Youngblood, like the Brandon Stroud and Kason Jennings, I didn't want to leave any of my guys that I came in there with. I didn't want to leave them alone. And then I told them that I was here for them, and then I love to play with them, and just that whole Kennesaw State organization as a whole. So they gave me everything that they had, and it made me feel very welcoming and at home. And then three, my last one is that I feel like when adversity hits, a lot of people like to run and divide or go places where they feel like they can pursue themselves and do better things. But in my opinion, that could be a gift and a curse. It might be a gift because it might work out that way, but then also the grass might not always be greener on the other side of the road. So I just wanted to make sure I stayed true to who I am and what I wanted to accomplish at Kennesaw State. So it was just a personal decision and the guys around me.
So, while on the topic of Kennesaw State, obviously I want to take you back to March Madness 2 years ago.
hmm
I was a big proponent of, Kennesaw State's going to upset Xavier. That was to me like that was in my bracket in pen. Like I was
hmm
super confident in you guys. Obviously you have a double digit lead with about 11 minutes left, and as most people know, things went sour, and you guys, ended up losing that game. I mean, I suppose walk me through that. What was it like when you're winning, and then how do you overcome something like that and bounce back, and have a successful year the following year as well?
So that experience overall was great. This was something that we always talked about from the time that we all got there until we got to that point. So it was huge for us, and we just wanted to make sure that we stayed where our feet are. We had a big saying like that: "Be where your feet are," and just live in the moment and take everything as it comes. So I know we was a little nervous at first because of course that's a huge stage, but we had to remind ourselves like we worked hard to get here. So everything is deserving and just to enjoy everything as a whole because not everybody is blessed to get an opportunity to play in March Madness. So that and then playing against a team like Xavier, we was telling ourselves or Coach Amir was telling us like it's like house money we playing with. Like they have more to lose than we do. So it was great to play in that environment and to then talk about the game where we had that lead and then we kind of let up a little bit. I feel like that was mainly because we stopped playing at our style of play a little bit trying to play a little slower pace because that whole first half we was going up and down. We was making sure that they was running and keeping up with us because I remember they had a 7 footer, so we were just making sure that it was competitive. But then again, it just came down to fouls and stuff like that. That was a little bit like some we felt like was out of our control. But then again, I mean, it was a great game overall. So kudos to them and their team and their coach. So they just started to make better plays than us in the second half to then pull away. So other than that, it was a great experience, and I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Awesome. And again, I was a big proponent of you guys winning that game. So being here, having the opportunity to interview you is a pretty cool opportunity for me as
Oh yeah.
well. So we talked a little bit about the elite camp already. What are you trying to prove throughout the pre-draft process? Like, what are you working on right now? What do you want to show NBA teams?
I'm just trying to show. I'm mainly working on my shot being consistent in that area because I know I can be better off the bounce because I know the ball is in my hands a lot more. So that's something that I've really been working off, like dribbling, catch and shoot for the most part, and then off the bounce. But then what I feel like I can bring is just a playmaking and a defensive menace. So being able to get everybody involved and understanding what turn or what gets people going and finding their trigger points and just things of that nature. So trying to be a leader, a upcoming leader into an organization like that, but then also being able to play make and play with anybody, and so fit in wherever they need me to be. So whatever, trying to make sure I have no weaknesses for the most part, which is everybody has weaknesses, but just trying to make sure I can fill as many holes as I can, just to make sure that I have a even game all around the board. So for the most part, I want to say my playmaking and leadership. That's the thing, the playmaking.
How would you describe yourself to an NBA team as you as a person off the court?
Ooh, off the court, I would say I'm just someone who's really laid back. I'm not in the mix too much, so I don't really go out and party for real. I like to do things like just bowling and like fun activities with my friends. We might go bowling, we might go like top golf or events like that. But other than that, I'm a stay at home. I'm just pretty chill. I like being around my guys, my family, and things of that nature. So other than that, I don't really do too much. I just stay in the gym and then I'll play the game. So those are the three main things that consist of my day for the most part. So just very neutral and chill, and then just like to be around the guys.
So, how competitive do you get when like you're bowling or doing top golf with your friends and family?
Oh yeah, no, I don't like to lose, and all my
Okay.
all my guys know. Like I'm not 9 times out of 10 I don't lose, but if I do, or if I do lose, I know how that goes with my friend group because they never gonna let me hear the end of it. So for the most part, I don't lose, and I don't like to lose. But then again, if I understand the situation and stuff like that, I might let my friends win and get one every now and again, especially on like a special occasion, like a birthday or something like that. You got to make them feel good on their birthday, so you got to let them win a little bit. Because if
I
not, they're not
got
gonna
you.
want to go no more.
I got you. Okay. Is there a player you model your game after?
Ooh, so I used to love watching Derrick Rose. So I love watching Derrick Rose. I try to model my game or I'm not 6'2", of course, or anything like that, but just his explosiveness and how he gets everybody involved and how he's a defensive menace in the lanes and things of that nature. So I love D Rose, and then also I watch like Mike Conley, being able to use like his floater and the dribble pull ups and just things of that nature. So if I had to choose two that I model my game after, it'd be those two.
Is there anything you want either NBA teams, G League teams, European teams? Is there anything you want professional teams to know about you that they may not already know just by looking at your film and Googling you?
Um. No, not really. I'm just a gamer. Like I love to be in a game and competitiveness that brings the best out of me. I just want them to know that I'm a fighter and that I stick and stand in every situation. I'm not a runner from anything, so I don't like anything given to me. I like to go out and earn everything. So other than that, no, I just want to be able to give them the chance. Other than that, I don't have anything else.
What's your greatest accomplishment as a basketball player?
Ooh. My greatest accomplishment as a basketball player is being able to give back to my younger teammates and be able to teach them the things that I've learned to try to help them with a learning curve. Like I had a freshman named R.J. Johnson, and then I had a freshman at Kennesaw named Simeon Cotto. So being able to talk and walk them through the game and what it looks like to play on this level and actually be on every day and be a leader what it takes to be consistent every single day, and what it looks like to bring the team together, even in instances of failure and stuff like that. You got to keep your head up because everybody else watches you and how you respond to things. So being able to give back to them and then watching them grow and blossom as a whole, I would say that's definitely my biggest accomplishment. I don't really, me personally, I don't really care for any stats or any accomplishments like that, basketball wise. I love to win, of course. Don't get me wrong, but like any statistics or awards or anything like that, I'm not too huge on that. I just like to impact a team and a winning culture, just stuff like that.
So then my final question was going to be, what is your greatest accomplishment in your personal life off the basketball courts?
Ooh, off the basketball court, I'd say graduating college,
Okay.
because because in my family I'm the first one to graduate college, especially on my mom's side and my or not on my mom's side but on my dad's side. So that's pretty much my huge accomplishment, being able to stick all the way through and things of that nature, see the course of it through. Especially being a student athlete, everybody knows it's a little harder for us. So just mainly getting through college and then getting my degree and being able to go into something that I would really genuinely love to do. So the college degree is definitely one.
What is your degree in?
I'm in integrated health science, so things are like a PA, or I could go and be a physical therapist. So it's just something like that. Hopefully, I'm trying to stay around the game of basketball as much as I can.
So my final follow up question was going to be, if not for basketball, what would you be doing?
If not for basketball, I want to get into something like real estate. So
Okay.
either that or something like a PA or stuff like that with my degree. But if not, I would also love to counsel people. So I have a joy for bringing people up out of scenarios where they feel like they might be down on themselves, or their self-esteem might not be the highest, or things like that. So being able to feed into someone else and watching them grow and get out of hard circumstances, that makes me feel 10 times better. So it's either one of those three options. As long as I'm not sitting down behind a desk or anything, I feel like I should be able to impact something.
Okay. So again, this is my interview with Kennesaw State point guard Terrell Burden. You've seen him at the G League Elite Camp, and you've seen him, 5 years at Kennesaw. So Terrell, I appreciate you so much for taking the time to sit with me, and we will talk soon. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it more than you know.